Hey guys, good morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of our daily stock market insights with Miss JT. Today is already 2:33 in the morning, so we are going to do this as a pre-open stock market analysis of the most trending stocks in the market. Okay, I hope you guys had a profitable day last December 15th. Later today, it is going to be December 16th, market day. Okay, but before I get started, I'd like to invite everyone, if this is your first time to watch my video, I am Miss JD. I do review stocks in the Philippine market and in the US market, particularly trading stocks in eToro. That's my preferred platform. So if you're also interested in trading the US market using that platform, I have my link down below. And go ahead and request your stocks so I can prioritize them on my next review. So if you like this type of content, you may hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated. I am also in Patreon, so in case you would like to join my small community there, or if you'd like to help me grow our community there, my link is also down below. All right, that's where I put in all my stock uh, picks in the Philippine market and the US market, as well as the other research that I do on the side. Okay, let's start with the index. How did our index perform today? So, so we had a red day today, or yeah, technically yesterday, and I was thinking that we were already on the verge of being on the breakout. That one red candlestick there was a trigger of a breakout. That was the first candlestick that I was thinking that would confirm our breakout. So I think we're still within the area that I'm looking at because normally when we do a breakout, the support gets or the resistance gets revisited, and then we create a brand new support right at that level. So I just um, good thing that it didn't really rally too much before it drops again. So this is at least we're achieving a more sustained and uh, yeah, more sustained uptrend if this is the situation. So our goal here is that it should not go lower than 7,227. Otherwise, this is going to be a false breakout. But if you're just going to bounce tomorrow, then that's a good story because we have just, in this situation, we have just established a brand new support at its previous resistance. So it's a wait and see game for the index tomorrow. So what does this imply? This simply means that most of the stocks in the index, these are the 30 companies in the big companies or what we call the blue chip companies in the Philippines. This comprised the movement of our PSEI. So chances are, we don't know how big the count is, but probably some of the stocks in the index have declined today. And we had more decliners than the gainers. That's why we ended with a red. So that could be the bird's eye view of how these stocks perform. And that's represented in our PSEI performance. Okay, so what we can do now is go ahead and check out each one. Okay, very first on our list is MBT. MBT had declined with a solid red as of today. Volume is high, so I just feel like we might have a continuation of the red day again. I will not be surprised because this used to be a resistance, and if you can just backtrack some of my videos in the recent days, particularly in the past week or a few days back, I would have mentioned this for sure. This is a resistance level, and we're having some difficulty breaking that. As well as this one over here, we already had early signs that this stock could be losing its momentum because while we were moving higher, your RSI is already showing some declining momentum. and hence the decline in the price right now. So two things: check out what happens around the MA20. Otherwise, it might go and slightly overshoot downwards, and let's see if it will create a support at the 46.59 level at this point. Okay, so I haven't really checked the news. By the way, guys, the scope of this video is just purely technical analysis. So I get to read sometimes some of the articles or the thread in Instagrams, but I have a full-time job, so I cannot really uh, scroll the whole day and find these news. So that's your assignment. Even though I say that the technicals look good, but if there is a bad news or not so good news about a company, sometimes that technical or that setup could be negated. Okay, I'll mention one stock later on because I think I'll be able to cover that today. So, as you can see here, I haven't really read anything about MBT, but it's just that it's declining. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if there is any news about this, go ahead and drop a comment. Okay, so go ahead and see 46.59. Let's find out if it'll just create a bounce right that level. 772 for Dito. Dito, we let us see. Okay, this one as well is giving us some slight decline, not a slight decline, but a significant amount of decline from this point over here to this point over here. That is, for me, this is signaling us a correction. But when I say correction, given that we have broken previous resistance levels, particularly at the 7 peso area, for me, if it will decline, my take on this is that it will only drop up to the 7 peso level, 707 on my line here, but could be slightly higher or lower, you know. But at this point, what I'm thinking is that given RSI is also showing us some declining momentum, I can see a possible dip, but 707 is definitely my nearest support right here. With the many things that are happening for Dito, I've again read so many stuff today, uh, which will give us some good signs. All right, so that for me, if in case this dips, it's just because of the fact that many people are profitable, and that could trigger some profit taking activity tomorrow or in the coming days. But you may catch it around the 7 peso level. BDO, okay. Um, shared previously in almost all the videos, I am in a position with Dito with a significant portion of my portfolio, and we are now continuously um, giving higher highs, right? Higher highs. So what I can see here, but I in today's market day, in earlier this morning, what I did was just just to meet my um, short-term outlook, right? I know that we're sitting at a possible resistance, and I know that I have a significant volume for this company. I just locked in just very small portion of that size or more of my BDO allocation. I got tiny portion and sold some shares there. And the reason why I did that is because of this resistance. Okay, but this is just short term, and my overall perspective here is that if there will be some declines, the decline is very minimal, or it could even break that 114.50 tomorrow. So we could have some more rally um, going up. So you can see so much potential for this stock ahead of us. Say This is the only reason. This is a resistance, this is a resistance, and now we're approaching that. And that was just my only reason, and just to satisfy my emotion, I just got a tiny volume out of my allocation to lock in some profit. Either way, I'm still very satisfied as to where I placed it, because I placed it in my double dragon, and later on you'll find out why. Hopefully it's near and I get to cover double dragon. Let me do that now. So you see, I added um, whatever I got from video, I added it here. Okay, I added at 1504. I was able to enter at this. Yeah, it actually reached 15 peso level earlier today, but I was able to enter at 1504. So this was the dip I was waiting for. Um, okay, let's just peg it at 15. Okay. Um, this is the dip that I've been waiting for. Overall, I see in terms of technicals, this stock is just bound to reverse, and the position is really promising. Our risk is only up to this level, right? Up to 1390. And even if it reaches that level, then I will just be adding some more. Overall, I am looking at this stock as this is already giving us some early signs of reversal. We are on a reverse, and it's now heading towards uptrend direction. And look how much we could potentially get out of this stock. At one point, it even reached as high as what, 60s, 64 level, around that level. And imagine how cheap we are at the moment. So if you have a an appetite to sit on this stock for a very long time, our risk to reward ratio is very promising. Volume wise, look at that, right? Compared to the volume in the previous years, not much, right? And we're now growing the volume right at this area. So chances are these institutions are indeed accumulating. There was even a slight increase in the volume right over here, right at that level. You see that? But the volume here wasn't really. I think this is just 25% of the volume per day that we are trading at the moment. And look what happened here. There was an increase, slight increase in the volume. Okay, there around this level. There was some good volume right here, and then what happens next? Uh, there's a spike. Okay, so sometimes you'd notice the increase in the volume at the area where you would not really see it as it comes in very subtle. So while everything was on a decline and downward position right here, probably at this point institutions are already accumulating from this level until we had a very uh, boring weeks right here, and then it jumped. Probably at this point they were already taking profit. What they accumulated right here, they took profit right here. Okay, volume is also present here, but look at the volume now. So very significant volume in the past few weeks, and with also the REIT that Double Dragon is preparing for us, there could be a lot more to look forward to. And that was the story behind the buying power that I got from my sold position in BDO. I just transferred it to Double Dragon because in BDO I also entered right at this level, and I waited for a long period of time too. While we were during the pandemic, this was the time I was accumulating, and I was able to. And right now, our average here is around 93.98, if I'm not mistaken. And slowly, we're not even halfway there. We're just starting to recover in terms of price. And I think we have the same outlook for our game plan for BDO. I mean, for Double Dragon. So I think that's still a win-win for our setup here. PHA. PHA, as you can see, this is a red, and this is your doji. At this point, initially you should already start doubting about the setup because we have climbed up significantly and then we ended it with a doji. That could already be your trigger. But with today's red candlestick, that could add to your conviction. And that would mean, when I say add to your conviction that this stock is bound to decline. And at the moment, um, the nearest support I'm looking at would be its previous resistance. So that could be a what from 0.92 to 0.82. That's a 10-cent decline, possible decline. That's around 17%. So my 2 cents here is that if you're already profitable for this stock and you're entering this stock just for trading purposes, go ahead and lock in some profit. And if you still want to get in at a much cheaper price. Okay, so that's my outlook for later's performance. We might end with another red day. URC, um, that's the downside here in the Philippine market. 3 to 5% increase in the price is really a significant increase, and people are taking profit right away. So yes, people just took profit, and I feel that this is just a temporary dip, because we can still have, you know what, this is actually it could establish a brand new support at this level because I just realized this is your resistance over here. And then we exceeded that, but we didn't have the entire candlestick ending outside. So this could just simply mean that with one candlestick outside of this resistance level, this could just simply mean that we are establishing a brand new support at this area. Okay, so if 154 remains intact, then that indeed is a brand new support, and we could just go sideways before it continues to rally upwards. Yeah, there's still some room for growth in this stock, right? Right over here. See that? Okay, so just go ahead and check that out. Hopefully you could find your entry right there. SECB, we've been also rallying with a red candlestick today. Let's find out if it will just create a temporary dip tomorrow and end around this level. This is the nearest support. Okay, I'm gonna put this line over here, but it could slightly overshoot higher or lower. Okay, 137.71. But overall, regardless, all right, could be here, it could be even here. But in tomorrow's performance, um, wow, it's also overbought. As you can see, that adds to our conviction right there. So we could have another red, indeed, a red day tomorrow. I'm looking at the nearest support. That would be a 137 level. AR. AR. We're already at the overbought, guys, but we had a green candlestick. So let's see if there will be a continuation. Just make sure, because this is not a very popular stock. This is a secondary stock. Okay, there could be a continuation, but mind you, the wicks could be extremes, right? Like what happened on this day, we had some long wicks up and down. So that means, this simply means that at one point within the day, the price reached this level, and on this day, at one point within the day, the price reached as low as 0.0020. So we can continue, or we can even do a gap up, or continue going up. But my reminder to you is that don't neglect RSI. You are already in the overbought, so if you're profitable, just remind yourself not to be too greedy. If you want, like what happened to me, at least it just satisfied my urge to take profit. I took profit, but very minimal amount, because I know there is still some upside right there. So if you have that kind of feeling and you feel like securing a profit, then you can partially take out of the position or some position and lock in some profit. Okay, but for now, I'm plotting a possible support around the 0.0026, because it could go higher and then profit taking might happen again. So your call. You can haggle for a few pesos when you enter, or cents if you want to enter some more, or continue much higher, depending on your outlook again. Pure gold. Pure gold. This good thing when I entered this stock, I forgot what, I think it was during this time, because I thought it ended the declining channel or the downtrend channel, but it did not sustain. I forgot which day. I can backtrack that, but I know it's in one of my videos here. I didn't find any good movement. It was most of the action is still on a decline. Even if we had a slight overshoot, I thought it was already it, but no. I didn't feel the momentum picking up, so I decided to exit. And good thing I transferred to Double Dragon. This one over here now, there was a breakdown in the price. That was a 2.26% increase, and we're just sitting at a possible resistance right now. And if you would like to play this stock, make sure that most of the sentiment by today, which is December 16th, should be higher than 41 level. Otherwise, at any point in time, you start triggering lower than that, expect for more declines. Okay, expect for more declines if it breaks that. At the same time, this candlestick triggering the lower Bollinger Band, that doesn't really look good to me. See what happens each time you first trigger a Bollinger Band. This one over here on a Bollinger Band, or a candlestick triggers the lower Bollinger Band, then what happens next? Continuous decline. And we can even have that. Trust starts to trigger the lower Bollinger Band, and we could have some more breakdown in the price. And take note, we have climbed significantly, and then this stock also took profit. And what we're just waiting is for it to stabilize. Otherwise, we don't know. It could drop up to this level first, 38.68, and then I don't know. Hopefully, this will not be reached anymore. In case it will drop again, I'm looking at around that 38.68, 38.62. APL, wow, 24.6%. I don't know what's triggering this. So also it's in the overbought level. Look at that. Just make sure you're able to watch the market if you would like to engage in this stock. This used to be your previous resistance right here, 0.0797. And maybe we can have a continuation by tomorrow. But definitely, if you're able to, let's say, haggle for a few cents, the nearer you are to the 0.0797, the better. And guys, reminder, this kind of movement could just be triggered by some jockeys or some institutions that have the funds. Okay, so make sure you're able to watch over this and use a faster time frame if you want to still enter in this stock. Don't be a victim of FOMO, guys. It's already overbought. Please take note of that. This one over here is Ali. We're also, let me see, what is this? Well, how does our RSI look like? Declining momentum. Okay, do you see that? Declining momentum for Ali. While the price was moving higher, your RSI is already declining, and today we also ended with a red candlestick, so we might see some continuation of the decline by tomorrow. Let's watch and see how the market behaves around the 38.49 level. 38.18. Okay, around that area. The next one is, so we're now in alley. Let's talk about ICT not looking good at all. Look at this. It's triggering the lower Bollinger Band. Although what you can see here is that one and this one over here in the short term, okay? So you have to observe if this resistance, this support is going to be broken by tomorrow, then that's not a good story. We might have some more declines in the coming days. Even though this is technically in the short term, it's following an uptrend channel. Um, but you have to be extra careful by tomorrow because we're very, very near this support. At the same time, if you're to look at that, we've been climbing really, really significantly now, and maybe people will be taking some profit in the coming days. SMPH still flatlining at the MA20 level. Let's see if we are going to have some stabilization there and continue our uptrend right there. Okay, their next resistance could be around this level already, around 42, 46. Okay, guys, my laptop is going low battery, so I think I will be stopping at this point. But let me end this with MWIDE. MWIDE over here. There has been a news that their NAIA project has been revoked. I know if you'll scroll down in Instagrams, you'll see that post, and I also placed that in Patreon. Um, their project there was revoked, so chances are there will be a form of a breakdown in the price. Another red candlestick. We just do not know how big the drop is. But guys, mind you, there are so many projects that MWIDE has, and even if they don't win the project, they still have a lot more. And so what I'm putting here today, what I'm presenting here to you in this video is that look at the bigger picture. In case they don't get this project and it declines, look at it as an opportunity, because you then will be able to enter at a much cheaper price at its at the area where it stayed flatline or sideways after a long period of time during the entire pandemic. And it's a rare occasion for us to go back to this level. And let's see if we're going to have some good upside right after that. Okay, so I think the negative sentiment could just be worth 1 day, 1 to 2 days the most. And as soon as it reaches 7 in 1, um, that's the best for me. That's the best entry price that I am looking at. I personally am interested in this stock, and I think it's going to be a candid opportunity that if it will decline and it goes back to this level, that is a very, very promising area. Similar to the setup I had with Double Dragon and VDO and even tech. My tech here is starting to climb up, and I was able to accumulate during this period when we had some sideways. And guys, the reason why I'm saying this is because I am a position trader, and I'm okay to stay in a particular stock in a much longer period of time, because I cannot watch the market fully. So I'd rather stay on a stock or enter a stock when no one's not very interested yet, so I could already secure my position, and then when everyone is showing some interest, at least I could be the first one to ride the wave. So that's what I'm anticipating for MY. There will be a decline, yes, but make sure you can also, no, I'm recommending that you put this on your watch list, so that by the time it reaches the level where it will give us some confirmation of a bounce, then that's the time we enter. Okay, so that is it from me this evening. Thank you guys for watching my video, and good luck in your trades later today. Bye bye.